Hi there, and welcome back. We are looking at one variable data, so if you turn to that section of your notebook, we did the key terms, and now we are ready to look at a dot plot. So the first thing I want to do is give you the definition of a dot plot, and then I'll show you how to make one, how to draw one, and how to read one. So the first thing we need to do is write in a definition up here. A dot plot is a data display that uses a number line and dots or other symbols. It may not be a dot. It could be an X or a square. It could be any other symbol, but a symbol of some kind. Whoops, another symbol, singular. To show how often, so this is a frequency distribution, how often each data value occurs in the set. And I know that's confusing. Just bear with me. Let's get a definition here. A dot plot is a data display that uses a number line and dots or another symbol to show, I left a word out, I knew I did, how often each data value occurs in the set. So here is an example. I asked 20 people, and I already see a mistake. I believe that should be 22. Sorry about that. I asked 22 people how many baseball games they watched last year. Here are the results. Construct a dot plot, then find mean, median, mode, and range. So here are the numbers of games that my 22 people told me they watched last year. And if you look at this data set, we won't bother to put it in order, but we do need to find the smallest number, which is called the minimum. And the smallest is 0. And then the maximum. You always want to know your minimum and your maximum for a data set. And if you needed to find the range, you could do that right here. You could say 6 minus 0. So this data set has a range of 6, and that means that my number line needs to have enough room for 6 spaces, 6 intervals. So with a straight edge, I want you to go ahead and draw a line. And let's put our intervals on there. So I'm going to let this be 0. And just for readability, I'm going to leave some space. You don't really have to, but I just like the way that looks. So I'm leaving 3 spaces between each of my intervals. So each interval is a little bit easier to read. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we could keep going, but we don't need to because we know that our maximum is 6. And that's the most we're going to need to plot. What you do need to do is to label this axis. You need to go ahead and tell me what that is. So this is numbers of games watched last year. Okay. So we have this one axis because we only have one variable in this data. and we're going to take a look at these dots. So here's how this works. The first person I asked said they watch 6 games. So I'm going to come over here to the 6 and I'm going to put a dot for that person. So that's this one. The next person I asked said they watched 2 games. So this represents a person. Each dot is a person. And I could use squares or stars, anything I wanted, but since we're calling this a dot plot, we need to use dots, I think. Okay, so let's just keep plotting. We have a 1, a 5, and a 0. So let me go ahead and a 1, a 5, and a 0. 2, 2, 1, 2. 2, 2, 1, 2. 1, 1, 3, 4. 1, 1, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 3, 0, 1. 1, 3. And I just made a mistake. Did you see what I did? 1, 3, 0, 1. And then I need to count to be sure that I have everybody represented. So I'm just going to do some counting. I know you can't see my pencil, but just bear with me here to make sure we have enough people. So I'm going to count the numbers in the box. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. There were 20. I'm sorry. That's a good example of why I should count. And then I need to count my dots to be sure that every person is represented. So I have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So I have 20 people in this box, and I have 20 dots in my dot plot. And that's pretty well it. You have drawn a dot plot for your data. It shows us very clearly where the high spots are and the low spots. And we can do mean, median, mode, and range from here. And I'm going to start with mean. I'm going to change colors because I'm running out of space on my paper. And remember our format for finding a mean. You draw the line. And we know that we have 20 people that we asked. So that will be what we divide by. But we need to figure out the number of games on the top. So if I look at this, I see that 5 people didn't watch any baseball. That would be me. 3 people only saw 1 game. 5 people saw 2 games. 3 people saw 3 games. 4 people saw 2 games. I'm sorry,